Welcome back to Guns Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Going to continue our junk on the bunk tour of the things that's in my bug out bag and kind of what I have in it and so forth, and wanted to show you this is kind of my kitchen kit, if you will, that I keep a few things in. No, this is not my mess kit. I have it in a separate container, but this right here is just some essentials. It's a little bit on the medicinal side because I can use some of these things for medicinal purposes, what have you. But first things first, I keep about, I think there's 10 spices here, either for just because I like them or they actually have medicinal purposes, and I won't go over all that medicinal purposes, but you can look that up and kind of what they do. But to give you an example, I have cayenne pepper here that's labeled, and it's in a 35mm canister that seals well. I've had this style of sealer, container that seals up well for years and years and years. As long as I can remember as a kid growing up with camping and stuff, I used these. My grandfather was a photographer, and we always had hundreds of these laying around at any given time over the years, so I used them for this purpose, but they work well for that. Cayenne pepper has quite a few medicinal purposes, one being it is a anticoagulant that stops bleeding. So I got black pepper, red pepper, I've got chili powder just because I like it, I have Old Bay, I have red pepper flakes, I have salt, cinnamon, onion powder, garlic powder, sage, and thyme. So some of those you can look them up. Some of those have medicinal purposes. Other than that, they're good for seasoning, obviously. And if you're in a bug out situation and you're eating, beans, rice, or squirrel, this stuff will be worth its weight when you have some comforts like this. And it can also be used for trading and things like that. So have you some basic. You can take them out. Like these are very durable containers. Probably find them on eBay still. It's not a lot of 35mm guys still around, but they are available. I've got some instant coffees that I have that I throw in there. Again, those can be traded off. There's, I don't know, 10 or 12 packs in there. That's the Starbucks. I'm not really a coffee drinker, to be honest with you, but I did buy some just to have because I would become a coffee drinker under the right circumstances in a bug out. I keep a little bottle of bleach. This right here, if you're looking for water purification or cleaning or sanitizing dishes, obviously bleach goes bad over a period of time, usually about a 6-month lifespan. So I just put this in the other day, and I'm going to mark on this plastic bag the date right here, and I hadn't done that yet, but I'm going to, the date that I put this in, so you want to keep an eye on it. The key with understanding if bleach is good or bad, or, non-usable anymore, it doesn't have its function, and also if you're using a concentrated bleach, you don't want to use a scented bleach or anything like that, just straight bleach. You can use the concentrate, and matter of fact, I probably recommend the concentrate because it has a little more, obviously, concentration, but it also can last you a little longer because you have to use less drops, things like that, for making water safe to drink. So it does have some purpose there, but I think it would actually have a little longer shelf life just because it is a concentrate. Make sure you read up on that, have your little chart. There's usually on, actually I think it's Clorox's website, they actually give a chart to show, if you got how many ounces or how many quarts and gallons and stuff, how many drops you need. One bottle of this would go a long way in sanitizing and cleaning to have safe drinking water. But again, it does have a short shelf life, unlike, say, the tablets or the water purification tablets, so just keep that in mind. But I keep one in my bag, so mostly for hygiene around with dishes and things like that, making sure that you're keeping all that clean, because you're just using creek water sometimes, because you don't want to go using all your good clean water that you need to drink when you can go down at the creek, clean up your dishes, use something like this in a little container to mix up and then sanitize it. So keep that in mind. Well, something like that. I've got some sheets of tin foil. Multiple purpose, obviously you can cook with it, you can do a lot of different things. I can lay them down to start a fire with, what have you. I normally keep a bunch of coffee filters, varying size, different styles. These are the ones that don't fold flat. These are here the ones that fold flat. They don't weigh a whole lot, and they don't take up a lot of space that you can use to filter out large particles in water, so forth. I just throw this in there. This is kind of the one utensil that I have. It can be used for a lot of different things as far as getting stuff off a fire. It's not real long, but it's something I had in my kitchen I wasn't really using anymore, that I felt like that I could, cook stuff with just on the fork over a fire, over some coals, or you know, what have you. But just have, you know, you can do what you want. I just happen to throw this in there just to have it available to be able to cook with if I needed to. It's got a nice wood handle. It's durable, stainless steel. It's not going to rust or anything. So guys, just kind of make your kits up. I like keeping everything separate where I know where it's at and what it's in there. Normally I just take a Sharpie and write on the bag. Don't have to be too crazy. I hadn't marked some of these, and I'm going to. That's why, again, I'm reorganizing. Even though I do a lot of videos and stuff, and I don't want to say I'm an expert, but I do, you know, I do know a lot about the bugging out and things like that. I feel like my knowledge is pretty broad. But even with people like myself that's fairly familiar with it, you constantly need to organize, look at your gear, make sure you have what you need. A lot of times you'll find a replacement that you like a little better and things like that. So just start organizing your gear periodically, every 2 to 3 months or whatever, and then kind of make sure everything's organized and where you want it and what you need in it. So anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you like our videos, give us the thumbs up. It's always appreciative down there in that section below. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll bring another video shortly. Have a great day, guys.